Whew, it's been a long day. Hey guys, welcome back to Objective Reviews. Now, today we are not going to be reviewing anything. I'm just going to quickly talk to you about the new iPhone X 8 and 8 Plus. So, the new iPhone X, as you may have already seen all the launch videos and videos from Apple and the event video itself, the iPhone X is pretty real and that display is gorgeous. Now, I can see a lot of hate coming from people, a lot of people about the top notch that is there, but if you see all the stuff and all the sensors that they've packed in there, I think it is possible. But that's the problem with it. It is possible. It is something that could have been easily avoided, but Apple decided to leave the notch in there. Now, the Essential phone, if you notice, also has a notch, but it's much narrower and it's almost very small. Like you can simply ignore it. But here is a big lip, and no. But does that stop the iPhone X? Did I just call the iPhone 10 iPhone X all this time? Well, the iPhone 10. So does that stop the iPhone 10 from being a bad phone? Let's quickly go through all that it brings to the table. So dual front-facing cameras to get portrait mode from the front cameras as well. OIS on both rear cameras, something we've seen in the Note 8 this year, which is really fantastic. If you haven't seen the videos and photos from the Note 8, well, you should go and check them out, because dual OIS on the back is really fantastic, and we get the same thing in the iPhone 8. So yeah, Apple is not the first one to do that, and they definitely won't be the last now. I'm expecting OnePlus and Huawei to quickly go and start doing dual OIS on the back, or at least software stabilization. Now the A11 Bionic chip, it's a very large subject, but to quickly go over things, if I had to put it down into one sentence, yeah, if you haven't checked the Geekbench scores, I'll link them down in the description, so go have a look. Double the single core performance over the previous generation, and the multi-core performance is also pretty substantial. I mean, it beats and it leaves the Note 8 way back there, and yeah, this is going to be a fun year. Now the iPhone 10 itself, we got the GM seeds of Xcode, and it has the iPhone 10 simulators in there, and I played around with it. And till last night after I watched the event, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the iPhone 8, I'm gonna upgrade to it. But now after playing with the simulator and going through all the stuff, we've been up all night and all day, and I'm recording this video now, so yeah, I am terribly confused between which one I want to buy. Now, to be honest, Apple has never been able to put me in a position where I'm confused between picking two phones from Apple itself. It has always been like phone A and phone A Plus, and I never buy the Plus simply because it's too hand for my tiny little hands. So I keep to the regular size phones. But now the iPhone 10, well, it's actually between the regular iPhone, the 4.7 inches and the 5.5 inches. The dimensions are between the two. You get the same width as the iPhone 4.7 inches display, but a lot taller display, and the pixel density is a lot higher, similar to that of the iPhone 7 Plus or 8 Plus. So that is a big thing. And so let's talk about the display, and this is where it all comes down to. This is the truly fascinating point. Now, a lot of websites have been making the claim that Apple is not the first one to put an OLED screen on a phone. Many have done it before, and they have been doing it for a while. So here's the catch though. Apple is the first one to put an OLED display on a phone which has the DCI-P3 color gamut, as well as support for HDR10. And that is truly fantastic. Now, everyone has been talking about how the content would look like, media content, photos and videos with the lip. And the thing is that most of our videos today are still produced in 16:9, just like this one. The iPhone 10 is somewhere close to 21:9, your ultra-wide monitors, and we don't have a lot of content in that resolution. So what we're going to end up getting is two black bars, and this being an OLED display, the black bars are just going to merge with the front facade of the phone, and you're not going to see or notice it. You're just going to be immersed in the content, and I don't know what the whole fuss is about. And then on Twitter, we have a lot of these designers who are just ranting about the lip and how hard it's going to be and yada, yada, yada. Well, if your engineers are smart enough, they've already adapted to a lot of stuff that Apple announced when they announced iOS 11, making this transition really easy. Now, for those of you all who don't know, we also produce apps. I run a company that produces our own independent apps, and we adopted all of this almost instantly. In the month of July itself, we were done with the whole thing. And today, when we got the SDKs and when we ran our apps through it, and everything just worked out very properly. We just needed to do very minute modifications and changes to get it working like pixel perfect on the iPhone X, and that's about it. So I really don't get all the complaining and what all the fuss is about from designers and engineers. So just Apple warns you in advance. Just take the hints, guys. Take the hints. Enough about the iPhone 10, let's talk about the iPhone 8. Now, definitely a significant upgrade if you're running something like the iPhone 6 or 6S or the Plus variants. Definitely, you should consider the 8 or 8 Plus or the X, but 10. But if you are running the iPhone 7, I'm not sure. I mean, it's your call. Well, guys, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, let me know down in the comments why you disliked it. And if you're new around here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you get a notification when I do my reviews of the iPhone 8 and the X10.